right. Let me give this a minute here. Hey guys, I wanted to give I've seen a lot of comments on some of our Facebook videos, or I'm sorry, YouTube videos, asking about an update, and I realized that I've given an update to the Olmos Park situation on my personal channel, my CJ Grisham channel, but I have not given an update on Olmos Park on this channel. And so I realized not a lot of people, hey Cybertron, I realized not a lot of people follow both my channel and this channel, but I think the Open Carry Texas supporters and followers do deserve an update on what's going on in Olmos Park with our lawsuit. So I was actually a little surprised that I hadn't done an update for Olmos Park on this channel, so I wanted to quickly do that. And this is on behalf of me and Jim Everard. So we did file our lawsuit. We tried to work with the city to do the right thing without having to file a lawsuit. We tried to get certain concessions. I can't talk about specifically what those are at this time because we are still fighting through the process. But we gave them 2 years, actually about a year and a half. We gave them about a year and a half to do the right thing, to recognize that they screwed up. We gave them many opportunities to make it right, what happened to us in Olmos Park. And unfortunately, by the time March came around, as you know, there's a 2-year statute of limitations for being able to sue. That's really what took so long to file our lawsuit. Because the city and the police department failed to do the right thing and ensure that the police department was accountable for their actions, they probably thought that we weren't going to do anything. And so in March, the second or third week of March, we did file our civil lawsuit, and we filed that lawsuit in federal court in San Antonio. It is a 1983 lawsuit. We are suing the officers individually and in their official capacities because they were in their official capacities. And if you go to my CJ Grisham channel, I don't want to rehash the entire lawsuit, but I did actually read our complaint. It's about a 20-page complaint or 15-page complaint or something. And my wife and I had a little bit of fun with that. But the idea is that right now what we're working through is, obviously the way that a lawsuit works is you file your complaint. The defendant generally has about 21 days to file an answer to that. However, if they waive service, which happens a lot actually, then they actually have 60 days to file their answer. And the reason for that in a lot of cases is so that there's opportunities for settlements and things like that. But I want y'all to know the case is moving forward. I'm not going to let Olmos Park get away with what they did to me. Jim's not going to let Olmos Park get away with what they did to him, and neither of us are going to let Olmos Park get away with what they've done to everyone else in Olmos Park, including each other. That includes Jack, it includes Todd, it includes backup camera girl Buck G, it includes everybody that's been affected by the tyranny in Olmos Park. And I don't care what it takes or how long it takes. Olmos Park is going to justice will be served on Olmos Park. All right, justice will be served on Olmos Park, and whatever that takes, it's going to take. But I want you to know that we've got some very stringent rules on what will avoid going to trial. And I can't talk about that because we are in this. I don't want to jeopardize our case. But we're very specific about if you guys don't want to go to trial and get this on the record, there are certain things that can be done to avoid that. I am not in this for money. Jim is not in this for money. We are both in this for justice. And what we want to do, and what Open Carry Texas wants to do, is ensure that gun owners, when they go anywhere in this state, and really anywhere in the country, but we're obviously focused on the state of Texas, when a gun owner is minding his own business, exercising his rights under the law, under the Constitution, we want to ensure that nobody is treated the way Olmos Park is treating other people. And that is our end result. The end result is that the police understand what their limitations are. They deal with the people who are responsible for violating those expectations, and that people can feel safe exercising their rights in that small little enclave city of Olmos Park. That's our goal. Now, what is that going to take? There's obviously different ways of doing that. I'm not going to go into any of our strategies or anything like that. I know this is an update without an update, but because I just want y'all to know, we did file our lawsuit. You can search it if you go to the federal lawsuits, but also if you go to my CJ Grisham channel, you'll see the Olmos Park lawsuit, a reading, I think is what I called it. But I want to talk about one other thing too before I let y'all go, and this is just going to be a quick video. This weekend, Open Carry Texas, and this is Texas Freedom Force, we're out in San Antonio opposing and protesting against the stay-at-home orders, all the different orders that government thugs and tyrants are forcing down our throats. And the reason that Open Carry Texas goes to these is because we believe that the Second Amendment protects the First Amendment, and that's the reason we have it. And it's amazing. It's amazing how, when guns are present in the hands of citizens, how polite society, especially government agents, become. And so we went there and nothing happened. Of course, we were violating the city ordinances about wearing masks and stuff. And you know what? Guess who? And staying home. But guess who wasn't happy about that? It was Mayor Nuremberg. And my sinuses are kicking in. Sorry, I'm having like breathing issues, or my nose is itching like crazy, but I don't want to pick my nose in front of everybody. And I want to read something that he said. This is on KTSA. So we went out there, we had a peaceful rally, we had a peaceful protest. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was even cited. And I'll say this, okay? San Antonio PD, obviously it's got its issues here and there on certain things, but what it doesn't have, they've always been very professional towards us and Open Carry. As a matter of fact, our rallies in Olmos Park have gone off without any issues because of SAPD's involvement. But you know, the Mayor Nuremberg, and it's not spelled the same way, but by golly, the name sure does invoke some dark images, doesn't it? I wouldn't doubt that he'd be a part of what happened at the Nuremberg trials if he were alive back in the 40s. So all these people, we went out there, we had a rally with This is Texas Freedom Force at the Alamo Plaza, and we were protesting plans to move the cenotaph, but most of us actually, were not wearing face coverings, probably because we realize it's a scam. But Nuremberg was asked, why were no citations written? I mean, gosh, these people were violating the law. They were violating your orders, Mr. Nuremberg. Here's what he said, and you know, you guys are supporters, you're members of Open Carry Texas, so this is what he's saying about you, okay? Those guys just want a confrontation, and we're not going to give it to them. No, we want freedom. That's really what we want. We want freedom. We actually don't want confrontations. The reason Open Carry Texas exists is because the police created confrontations, and therefore we had to stand up to ensure that there were no more confrontations. We don't want confrontations. We would like to go out there and exercise our rights peacefully, and a police officer never show up other than to say, hey guys, thanks for what you're doing. You make our job easier by being armed citizens, because that means crime is lower. That's really the only interaction we want with cops. We don't mind interactions with cops of, hey, we got some calls. You guys aren't doing anything wrong. Is there anything you need? Everything good? You got any problems? Well, hey, here's my card. If anything happens, if somebody's violating your rights or whatever, then by all means give us a call. Yeah, we do want those kinds of interactions. But the last thing we want is a confrontation. But see, Mayor Nirenberg, he's a communist. And when you stand up for freedom, Mayor Nirenberg thinks that means you're looking for a confrontation. But when you're standing for freedom, really the only people that engage in a confrontation is the government. Let me turn that fan down. I don't know if it's loud for you guys in the phone, but I just realized the fan is right next to my phone. Probably can't hear me as well. He says these guys just want a confrontation and we're not going to give it to them. This is the worst part right here. From most of what I've seen, this is the mayor speaking, the San Antonio mayor. From most of what I've seen, those guys are pretty used to wearing face coverings and masks. What's he trying to say there? It almost sounds like Mayor Nirenberg of San Antonio just called every single one of you members of the KKK. I mean, I don't know how else to interpret that. How else can you interpret when the mayor talks to you and says, and keep in mind, no one's wearing masks, all right? Most of the people at this rally were not wearing masks. But Mayor Nirenberg says this about Open Carry Texas members, and this is Texas Freedom Force members. From most of what I've seen, and I'd like to know what that is, those guys, us, you, those guys are pretty used to wearing face coverings and masks. Now, it's very obvious that we aren't Antifa, okay? Because nothing was set on fire, nothing was destroyed, cars weren't bashed in, we weren't wearing all black, we didn't look like we needed a face mask in the form of like coal or like an avocado mask to prevent the pimples. Obviously, we were capable of owning firearms, and most Antifa people probably don't even know how to change their own underwear, much less pass a background check. So he can't be talking about Antifa. The only other logical explanation that a Democrat would say that, from what I've seen, these guys are pretty used to wearing face coverings and masks, would be that he's trying to claim that we're racists and white supremacists because we believe in freedom and we fight against tyranny. I will say that I think most of the people that were at that rally, especially most of the Open Carry Texas people, were not Democrats. And since they weren't Democrats, I don't understand, they're obviously not KKK members. After all, the KKK was set up to prevent black people from voting Republican. That's the entire purpose of the KKK. It was designed to repress the black people, and it was the Democrats that founded and kept that up. So I guess Nirenberg would know what a mask looks like. He's probably got a few in his closet. I don't know. But I thought y'all would like to hear that. This is what the mayor of San Antonio. So what I think we should probably go to the, maybe go to the mayor's house and have a rally. And let him know what we think about his ideas that you and I are racist KKK members who go around wearing hoods and masks. I don't know. But there's your update for Olmos Park. And also, I just wanted to cover that story because I just saw it this morning on what happened this Saturday out at the Alamo. And I want to encourage you guys, one last thing. Look, we are a civil rights organization with a focus on the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is twofold. It protects our right to keep and bear arms. It also protects our right to be in the militia. And the militia is formed to protect the people from the government, from an oppressive government. So when people say, I don't understand why Open Carry Texas is involved in all of this kind of stuff, this is my answer to them. We believe in freedom. We believe in protecting freedom. And the way that you protect freedom is through an armed society, okay? These orders that the government, both at our governor level, as well as at the county and city levels, a lot of these things are unconstitutional. The virus exists, okay? It's out there. There's no lie or conspiracy or okay that there is a virus called COVID-19 that's out there. It's out there. What the lie is that this thing is killing us left and right and that we should all be locked down for it. That's the lie. This is a lie to perpetrate and perpetuate government control over your lives. We can't have that. Go out and live your life, okay? I'm not giving legal advice and I'm not telling you what to do. And I'm definitely not going to defend you if you decide what you do. It is up to each individual member, each individual person to determine what level of freedom they want in their life. And I hope that the level of freedom you want in your life is maximum freedom. And you don't want to live in a place where the government tells you when you can leave your house, who can leave your house, how many feet you have to be from people, how many people can congregate in a single place, and where you can go. I don't think anyone wants to, otherwise we'd be living in China. We don't want that. So go out there and be free. If you have a business, I hope you recognize that the government has no power over you to keep your business closed. Go and open it, but obviously, please be rational and be responsible. Like the woman up, Shelley Luther up in Dallas, who opened up her salon. What is she doing? She's opening up, but she's also checking people's temperatures before they come into the store to ensure that they're not going to infect other people inside the store. Okay, that's I understand that. That's a good way to do both, to be free and also to make sure that nobody is you're not spreading the disease. But the flu is just as bad. The COVID thing is a lie as far as what the infection rate or what the death rate and what the impact on society is. That's a lie. It's not a lie that it exists. It does exist. We are not in any way denying that. But we need to go out and be free, and we need to protect each other from people who would cause us not to be free. So if you're out there protesting, okay, it's all great and everything that we carry guns, but what good are they if we just allow each other to just get our asses kicked by tyrants? Again, I'm not saying what to do and what not to do. I'm just saying that at some point, there are some trees that need to be watered. And I hope it never comes to that point. But what really upsets me a lot more than the government's reaction to COVID is the people's reaction to the government's reaction to COVID, and how complacent and how obedient we're all being to this nonsense. This is just my personal opinion, and I wanted to convey that here on this channel as well, so that you know where I stand. I am still in law school, so I know you haven't seen me a lot lately. I can say now I've been going to law school in Virginia, and I've been helping with the fight over there for the last year. It's kind of weird. I went to Virginia because I knew it was a pro-gun state where I can open carry without a license. And then literally a month after I get there, Northam passes all of his nonsense crap with respect to gun laws. And I was at the Virginia rally when the Virginia rally happened as well. But yes, I do go to law school in Virginia. I am back in Texas for a little while. I'll be working in Austin with an attorney down there. Some of y'all might know Millie Thompson. She's a great civil rights attorney. She represents a lot of gun owners. She represents a lot of First Amendment activists. And I'm going to be doing intern work for her, because that's the kind of law that I'm going to go into once I get out of law school. And so I want to learn from people who do this on a daily basis so that I can defend gun owners in Texas and oppose the government thugs out there that are violating people's rights in all ways: Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Second Amendment, First Amendment, whatever that is, even Ninth Amendment. So that's where I've been. Don't think that I've given up in this fight. David Ahmed has been doing a great, gosh, I think he's been doing a better job than I do. So maybe we need to make him president of OCT. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Open Carry Texas. And least, or most of all, don't forget to be safe and be free. Take care, guys.